Hello and welcome to the channel. If you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for daily FM content, whether that's tactics, gameplay or other things. Be sure to comment what you'd like to see. Link in the description below to my current series where you can see the tactic in action, and also a link to all my socials. Enjoy the video and be sure to like and subscribe. Hello and welcome back to the channel, episode 14 now if I'm in charge. We've got Norwich coming up. Now, an interesting team on FM. In real life, they obviously get relegated, came bottom of the league. But I think on this game, Norwich are probably one of the underdogs teams of the league. I think they're really, really good players. They've got some really quality players. That if you can manage to start first season, you can stay in the Premier League for many, many years and build a really good squad. So onto that note, we're going to go to tactics straight away. We've done a bit of a different one today. I haven't really gone for a 4-1-2-1-2 before, but doing it here, I have used this formation and slightly this tactic. I mean, I've tweaked the tactic a little bit, but I've used this one before, so it does work. I can hopefully guarantee you that this tactic does work. I have used it before. But in goal, we've got Ralph Farman on loan from Schalke. Could buy him permanently, but he's 30 years old. 16 one-on-ones, 16 reflexes, 15 agility. They're the main stats for me for a goalkeeper. I think they're the most important three. They always have been in my eyes. The passing and vision is quite poor. I'm not really great about that. I think he's a sweeper keeper defender. He's not the quickest. But overall, I think he's a very decent goalkeeper. Mentals are decent. Goalkeeping aerial reach is okay. 6'5" is pretty big for a goalkeeper. So I think for a lower team like Norwich, good signing for them. I think if you wanted to, you could play Tim Krul. Depends what you look for in a goalkeeper. But overall, I think Farman's a good choice. Max Aaron's probably one of the best wonder-kid right-backs in the game, somehow, at Norwich. 11 crossing, 12 dribbling, 12 passing, 13 marking, 14 tackling, 14 technique. As I'm about to cough here, 16 pace, 16 acceleration, mentals are all, physicals, sorry, all 14 plus in important stats. At 19 years old, 5-star potential. They may not seem great right now, but he increases so quickly and so well. That in other saves, he goes to Liverpool, he goes to Chelsea, goes to City, goes to United, goes to... I've seen him at Real Madrid before as well. Real Madrid, yeah. So he is a very, very good right back. Keep him at all costs. Keep on giving him new contracts as he becomes your best player in the team. But overall, he is a very good player. Full-back attack, keep him for years. You can play him for at least 11, 12 years. And he'll still be probably one of the best right backs in the game. That's how good he is. Ben Godfrey at centre-back, another class centre-back. 5-star potential here. Great passer, 13 passing, 13 vision. He can play holding mid as well, I think. But I think obviously rather play him at centre-back. 15 tackling already at 21 years old. 14 marking already. 14 positioning. Great pace, great physicals, great mentals. I think everything's 12 plus here. And technically pretty good as well. First touch is 12. So overall, very, very nice player. 14 technique, 5-star potential again. Try and keep these two at least. And Jamal Lewis will be shown in a second. But Max Aaron's and Ben Godfrey, definitely your best two defensive players for sure. In defence, it was a tough one. We had Closer, or it was between Closer or Hanley. But I thought Closer's the better option there. Slightly more pace. But 14 tackling, 13 marking, 13 positioning. Leadership, heading and teamwork is very, very good. Work rates are decent as well. In terms of pace, 13 pace, 13 acceleration, 6'4", pretty solid player. 31 years old, definitely look to, we'll talk about transfers soon, but look to improve a centre-back for sure to partner again Ben Godfrey for a few years to come. Both your options are quite old. I think Hanley is 27, which isn't too old, but he's not the quickest. Or you have a quicker 31-year-old there. But in left, he's gone for central defenders. We have Ben Godfrey at ball player and Close at centre-back. We could change to a ball player if you wanted to, but he has got something like 7 vision, 10 passing, not even worth trying to do that. In left-back, we've got full-back attack again. Jamal Lewis, 21 years old as well, can play for another 10 years easily. 4.5-star potential this time, not as good as Godfrey or Aaron's. But tackling's 14, marking's 14, positioning's 13. Can cross the ball and can dribble. 11 is pretty decent for a full-back at Norwich. Great pace, great acceleration, good natural fitness coming up and down the pitch all game long. Mentals are looking really good. 14 work rate, 13 positioning, 13 teamwork, 11 off the ball so can go forwards. Match with his 13 technique. I would read out all the attributes, but you guys can read for yourself. I'm sure I don't have to read everything out for you, but he's a very good left back for this club. Very nice. Both your fullbacks have the trait of get forward whenever possible, so you can definitely overlap if you need to. Plays short passing, plays 1-2. Basically, Norwich have a nice passing team. If you can get your system working well, and you can outpass teams, you'll win quite a lot of games, especially against bigger teams as well. If you have the ball, you can't concede. That's the best logic on this game for a Norwich side. Tetty in holding midfield. He is 33 years old. Once again, could look to get a younger player in. But 15 tackling, 16 work rate, 15 anticipation, 15 marking, 18 teamwork. His off the ball and positioning are quite good, so he can go forwards if need be. but as a ball-winning defender, just make him sit there. He can anticipate well, he's brave, good determination, great tackling, reads the game well. Not much more you need from a holding midfield. His pace isn't the best, it's not too important really. He's got 12 passing as well, which is quite nice to give the ball to someone more creative and then they can get the ball going. But physicals, they will decline quite quickly. He's 33 years old. But I'm not sure pace is the most important stat for a ball winner. I think as long as you're there in the right place at the right time, it's not too important. But in midfield, it was a tough decision. I don't watch Norwich's midfield too much in real life, so it's based off just FM knowledge. Now, there are plenty of options here. You do see Cantwell is missing, but that's because he's more of a wide player on this game. I was tempted to play Mazzala, but we'll show you soon why not. But in midfield, we've got DLP support is Tribal. Looks pretty decent in my eyes. Looks pretty good, all-rounded, pretty well. 15 passing, 14 vision. That's a very good passer for a team like Norwich. Very good passer. He is right-footed, so playing him on the right side. 14 technique, 14 tackling, 13 marking. Positioning is good, so definitely for a DLP. Although it's not highlighted, do you need tackling? Tackling's always important. You can if you wanted to go DLP defend, but I think with a ball winner behind him, that's a bit too defensive in my eyes to go for two defensive players there. But overall, very nice player. Once again, hasn't got the most pace, so maybe your midfield's a bit immobile, but I think his mentals make up for it, his technicals defensively make up for it as well. You're basically going to pass the ball to your most creative player. It's going to be Teti to Tribal to Buendia, who's your most creative player. That's what the plan is for this tactic anyway. In terms of Mazzala attack, we've gone for Duda. Now, he can play a Mazzala support. He has got 11 tackling, which is quite decent, but his work rates are quite low. So we've gone for Mazzala attack. The reason why, 13 passing, 17 vision, great finishing, great first touch, great dribbling, great crossing, great corners. Overall, he's mostly used as an advanced player rather than a Mazzala support. He is on loan from Hertha. I'm not sure if there's an option to buy here. Is there an option to buy? There is no option to buy, so maybe try and get it in early if he is good for you. But physically decent, mentally very, very nice. 16 off the ball, 17 vision, as I said before. Composure's high as well. If he's in front of goal, he will score you quite a few goals from deep. Long shots are only 12, so get him up the pitch as much as possible, hence Mazzala attack. But overall, his set pieces are good. He looks a very, very nice player. I've never used him before. But he does look very, very good, actually. I'm surprised at how well he is. But moving on to a very good player, we've got Buendia, who is unbelievable on this game, I've got to say. Like I said, Norwich have some unreal players. Aarons, Godfrey, Lewis, Buendia is up there with them. 4.5 star potential, 15 corners, 15 crossing, 16 dribbling. I won't read out all the stats because you guys can read yourself, as I said. But 16 technique, 15 passing, 15 vision. His flair is high, his composure is high, determination is high, off the ball is high. He's 22 years old. I reckon he can get to 5 star. Not going to lie, he can get to 5 star. Even physically, 14 plus in most of the important stats here. Plays the killer ball, plays 1-2, tries tricks, cuts inside, runs the ball often. He's pretty much what you want from your player. I would go AP attack, actually. I'd probably go Mazzala support and AP attack, or Mazzala attack, AP attack, depending on who you're playing. If playing against a lesser team, stay Mazzala attack. Playing against a bigger team, maybe go Mazzala support because your midfielder can tackle. But Buendia is a very, 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 very good player, I've got to say, this year. Moving up front, we've got Pukki, 16 finishing, 17 work rate, good teamwork, good off the ball. His passing and vision are decent for a striker. As a deep line forwards, 13 and 14 solid for a team like Norwich. Physically, not the greatest. He is 29 years old, so he is about at his prime. A couple of years' time, he will regress quite a lot and his pace will go down. But the first few seasons, I think he's a very, very nice player, and he started the season in real life well, so you've got to reward that. Hopefully he does it for you on this game and keeps it going for the whole season. But composure's high, finishing's high. If he's in front of goal, he'll definitely score you 10 plus goals a season. Dermot, shall we say it, I think that's how you say it, is up front with him. 15 finishing, 14 composure. The worry is there's no electric pace up front. 14 and 15 pace is pretty decent. He can't really pass the ball. He's more of an out-and-out finisher with that composure and finishing, as I say. Good dribbler, good off the ball, good flair as well, but not the best passer. So definitely give it to him in the final third. Let him run and drive into shot. But overall, that is the tactic. In terms of style, go for a positive mentality. In possession, fairly narrow. Keep it quite narrow for us in a team as a 4-on-2-on-2. Also gives your Mazzala quite a lot of space. If you're playing narrow, the Mazzala can go out here where there's no fullbacks and have a lot of room for him to do whatever he wants. Shorter passing to space and low crosses. No one in your team is that great in terms of heading or jumping. Pukki's got 9 jumping. He's got 12, but his heading's only 10, so there's no point in sticking it up in the air. No one's going to win it. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to fullbacks for sure. You could go centre-backs. However, Godfrey is great, but closer. Has 7 vision, 10 passing. I don't want to risk it. So only distribute to fullbacks. However, with a ball playing centre-back, Godfrey will get the ball quite often. Out of possession, I've only gone for more urgent, really. I haven't gone for much else. I don't want to overload the team. You can if you want to just keep it as slightly more urgent. But I think more urgent will work. I think you've got decent work rates around to do that. But overall, I think this tactic could work really well. I think you could get... Definitely avoid relegation for sure. Avoiding relegation should be possible with this tactic. In terms of what they want us to do, fight bravely against relegation. I think that's going to happen. I think you can definitely avoid relegation, not even fight bravely against it. I think fight bravely is like finish within the fourth from bottom, within the 10 points or something like that. It's quite a big gap. But I'd definitely say you can avoid relegation pretty easily. 5th round, the FA Cup. I wouldn't focus on the FA Cup. I'd try and get to the 5th if you can, but if you don't, it's not a disaster. 4th round of the Carabao Cup, I would probably just not even care for the Carabao. I would solely focus on the league because... The sole reason because of that is your team is so good in terms of potential that if you had to sell your players and went down, you'd take a massive step backwards. So I would throw the cups out the window and try and focus on the league as much as possible. If you want to win a cup or try and win the cup, by all means, you have a few players that count well to get it, but I'm not sure your squad depth's good enough to actually compete past the 4th or 5th round if you get unlucky with draws. In terms of transfers, we spoke about it slightly earlier in the video, but I would definitely look at another striker. You have only got 4 strikers. Now, Hernandez is quick, but he lacks the technical ability and the mentals to actually be a good striker in the Premier League. I would also look for another... Where was it? It was a centre-back. Well, a young centre-back is the key for sure. Definitely a young centre-back I'd look at. And maybe a young holding midfield as well. Right, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new around here, be sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 250 subscribers by the end of this series. We have 7 videos left. Hopefully we get there. I think we're about 40 away, almost, just under 40 I think. So if you guys are new around here, be sure to subscribe, like for more, check out videos in the description below, and I'll catch you all later.